Good morning, everybody. So welcome to Pilates this morning. Hope you're all well, staying safe. So what I'm going to run through the class this morning is going to focus a little bit on our spine, a little bit on our glutes, and a bit of core and a bit of stretching at the end. So throughout the class, I'll make the exercise a little bit more difficult if you want to challenge yourself, and I'll show you how to regress them, make them easier if you want to make them easier as well. So all you need is for a mat or even on a carpet surface is fine, and a bottle of water if you want as well. So we're going to begin the class now, okay? So we're just going to begin in our standing phase. So just as I stand here, want your feet roughly about hip width apart when you're ready. We're just trying to get the body balanced on both sides of the leg, so we're not standing on one leg. So we're nice and balanced. We're being as tall as we can, so chin in line with the floor, without your chest, and just being nice and relaxed in that phase. So we bring our breathing in now. So if you're not used to Pilates, we breathe deeply into your nose and long exhales out through your mouth, okay? So this will help engage your core in a wee minute when we bring it in, but we'll focus on the breathing first, and we just quickly build on that there. If you're used to it, it should be easier for you. If you're not, just take your time with it. Try and master the breathing, master the core when I tell you how to do that, and just go nice and controlled and slow, okay? So we're going to bring our breathing in now, so nice deep breaths into your nose, and as you breathe in, try and imagine expand your lungs to the sides, and you breathe out through your mouth. You're going to try and imagine you're blowing out candles in front of yourself, so you feel it in your breath. So deep breath into your nose, expand your lungs to the side, as much as you can, long exhales out through the mouth, with a little bit of force. So breathing deeply into your nose, just focusing on the breathing, long exhales out through the mouth. Good, 3 more, deep breaths into your nose. Again, focus on expand lungs to the side, long exhales out through the mouth. Keeping that breathing going. Last time. Good. So we certainly bring in our core now with the breathing. So in the class, as we breathe out, we're trying to engage the core muscles to some degree. So I used to tell when you breathe out and try and squeeze your core, try and imagine pushing your hip bones together in your mind, or pushing your rib cage down towards your hips, okay, as you breathe out. You want to feel that core tighten a bit. Otherwise, you can just gently push in your belly button as well. So if you think of your core control level 1 to level 5 being absolutely tight, 1 being relaxed, you want to go with level 2, 3 throughout the class. You don't want to absolutely kill yourself with the core, but you always want to feel it as you breathe out, okay? So again, if you struggle with your core control, you want to put your hands on your core. It is fine. So you find your hip bones and walk 2 fingers in, and then your thumb should be roughly in line with the lower rib cage, okay? And that will allow you to feel the core as you breathe out and squeeze. So we're going to bring our breathing back in now, and as we breathe out this time, remember to try and squeeze the core muscles, okay? So nice deep breath in, relaxed. And this time, as you breathe out through your mouth, try and gently squeeze your core. Breathe in again, relaxed. Expand the lungs to the side, long exhale, and squeeze the core. Do 2 more, breathing in. Last 1. Good, and relax. So again, throughout the class, try and focus on that. Again, if you're a beginner, focus on your breathing and gently try and squeeze the core. Again, the more you do, the more you become used to it, the quicker you'll engage your core muscles. So just going to a quick warm up now, okay? So we're going to bring our hands by the sides, we're going to go into our floating arms. So nice deep breath in to the nose again. And then as you breathe out, gently squeeze your core, we're going to lift the hands above the head. Going to breathe in as you bring your hands back down to relaxed position. So refilling the lungs here. And again, as we breathe out, squeeze the core and lift the arms up. Again, breathe in, coming down. So again, it's just a simple exercise. We're focusing on the steps first. Breathing in, breathing out, squeeze the core, and then your movement comes. Your arm comes above the head as you breathe out. We breathe in as we come back down. Refill the lungs. Again, going nice and controlled. Exhale, squeeze the core as we lift. Again, the speed of the arms is going with our breathing, controlled as we go down. Refill the lungs. Give your time to set. Breathe out, squeeze the core, and then rise. Go 2 more times. Last one. Good, and just relax the arms to the side. Well done. So go down a little bit into the spine now, okay? Still sort of in that warm up phase. Going to go on just there, a little bit of side bends. So arms are just going to come, I'll just demonstrate for the first bit, okay? So arms are coming above the head, feet stay hip width apart, and you're looking for flexion of the spine here as we control through the core. So a nice deep breath in at the top. As you breathe out, squeeze the core, and you're just going to flex your spine as far as you can one way as you breathe out, squeezing the core, and you're going to breathe in, coming back up the center, okay? So that's what we're going to do, and then we'll just go to the other side. Key thing here is just making sure the weight stays on your 2 feet, so we're not looking to go too far and lift the hips, we're just working the back here, okay? So hands together at the top, nice deep breath in when you're ready, and as you breathe out again, focus on the core, and then just dropping that spine down as far as you can, comfortably one way. Breathe in once you can't go any further, coming back up the center. Refill the lungs, and again breathe out at the top, squeeze the core, and then we go down to the other side through your exhale, squeezing the core. Again, we're just trying to challenge ourselves to increase the flexibility of our spine each rep. Trying to comfortably go a little bit further, just as far as you can. Breathe in, coming back up. Okay, we just try to focus on the back here and the spine as we work through your core. So exhale, going away from the center. Inhale through the nose, coming back in. Good, we'll do one more each side. Back up and recover the arms. The shoulders recover for a few seconds, the muscles recover. Good, so moving a little bit into our balance work now, okay? So again, we start off very simple and progressive, make it a little bit more difficult if you feel you're ready. If not, we can keep it in simple stance. So again, demonstrating here, so we're going to do a simple leg lift. As we breathe in, we're going to shift our weight to our left hand side. As you breathe out again, you're going to gently try and squeeze the core, and you're going to lift your right leg up as you squeeze in that core. The higher you lift the leg, the harder it's going to be. So you can keep it low to the ground if you're not comfortable with your balance, and you can keep your hands out for balance as well if you want, okay? So just going to focus on the right leg, lifting up through your exhale, bringing it back down through your inhale, okay? So nice deep breath in, shift the weight to your left leg. As you breathe out, squeeze the core, and then lift the right leg up through that exhale, and breathe in as you come back down. Reset the body again, exhale, when you're ready, lift. So again, we're breathing out on the lifting phase, core's engaged, as the leg goes up, breathe in as you bring it back down to recover. So nice and simple, nice to control with our breathing. Exhale on the rise, inhale, coming back down. Resetting the body, exhale on the rise, squeezing the core. Inhale, coming back down. Again, we're trying to go nice and slow, nice and control with our breathing. You're always in control. Again, try and encourage the core to keep the balance as you lift the leg up through that exhale. Inhale as you come down as the leg returns to the center of gravity. Exhale on the rise, we'll do 2 more. Inhale on the return. Last one on this side. Good, coming down, feet hip width apart again, take the pressure off that left standing leg. Good, so we're going to switch over to our left now, okay? Same movements, challenge yourself to go a little bit higher if your core is comfortably in balance. Nice and slow, nice and controlled, okay? So nice deep breath in when you're ready. We're going to shift the weight to our right leg. And as we breathe out, gently squeeze the core, lift that left leg up through that exhale. Inhale on the return. Again, we're controlling that movement on the way up, using that core muscles to stabilize our body. Keeping the balance. Inhale on the way down. as we return to the center of gravity. So exhales again, focus on squeezing the core before we lift that leg up. Breathing in as we come down to recover. You just challenge yourselves a little bit higher each time. Try to focus on the core in that lift. Try and make it a little bit challenging for ourselves. On that upward phase, the inhale on the recover. Good, 2 more times. Last one on the side. And return. And again, feet hip width apart, take the pressure off that right standing leg. Great job. So you can progress it, make it a little bit harder now, okay, if you feel you're ready. If that there was difficult enough for you, the simple leg lift, up and down, hold there, 1 more time. But if you want to progress it, we're going to lift the right leg again. So again, I'll demonstrate. Nice deep breath in, again, you go shift your weight to your left. This time, as you engage the core, you're going to lift the leg up, same as last time. But we're going to breathe in at the top here. And as you breathe out, then squeeze the core again, you extend the leg out to a point. And breathe in, coming back in. So the leg is staying off the ground. Same idea though, the higher your leg, the harder it's going to be. The closer to the ground it is, it should be easier. Hands can still be out for balance if we want. And we can bring our foot back to rest if we need, okay? So the higher the leg, the harder this will be. So when we're ready, nice deep breath in. Our weight gain is going to go to your left hand side. You're going to breathe out, squeezing the core muscles first on that first lift. Exhale, up as far as you can comfortably. Breathe in at the top. And as you breathe out, squeeze the core and extend out. To that point. Breathe in again as you bring the foot back in. So again, we're trying to engage the core muscles as we extend out through your breathing. So the hardest point is the foot is away from the center of gravity. Breathe it in as you come back into the center of gravity. Should be a bit easier. Exhale, extend out. Inhale on the return. Again, nice control. Again, the higher that leg goes, the harder it's going to become. Bring it down a little bit lower towards the ground. It'll give you a bit more balance if you want it. But again, we're trying to keep challenging the core to maintain that balance. Exhale on the way out. Inhale on the way in. 2 more on this side. That's 1. And return. Well done. Feet hip width apart again, taking the pressure off that left leg. So 1 more with the balance, okay, on that left side. Again, up through the exhale. Again, if that's too much, you can just do the simple leg lift still on this side. So nice deep breath in when you're ready. Weight now to your right as we breathe out, squeeze the core, lift the left leg up. Breathe in again at the top. Extend the leg out through that exhale. Inhale on the return. And the higher that leg, the harder it's going to be. Closer towards the ground is going to be a little bit easier if you want. You're still trying to challenge that core. Keep that balance. Exhale, squeezing that core, remember. Pushing the hip bones together in your mind. Pushing your ribs down towards your hips as you breathe out. Help engage the core. 2 more times. Last 1. Coming back and recover. Well done. Feet hip width apart again. Cover the leg muscles. Well done. So we move away from balance now, okay? So go a little bit back into your spine. You're going to go into your spine drops. So again, we'll demonstrate this one here. You're just using a little bit of our imagination while you imagine your spine is like a chain, okay? So we try and bring her back down towards the ground, link by link, vertebrae by vertebrae. So again, through the breathing, nice deep breath in. As you breathe out again, gently engaging the core muscle. The first thing you're going to do is drop the chin towards the chest. So you work at the first part of your back, rolling the shoulders forward. All the way down, link by link, as you breathe out, all the way down. And then once you reach the bottom, breathe in at the bottom. And we're stacking the spine up from the lower back, up section by section to the top. So again, we'll go nice and slow control with our breathing here. Try to stretch that back out section by section, okay? So from the start, nice deep breath in. Breathe out, squeeze the core. Dropping the chin down. Then moving on towards the shoulders and towards your middle part of your back. section by section, all the way down. Once we reach the bottom again, I'm going to breathe in, refill the lungs, and as you breathe out, working from the lower back, and rectify the spine up, back to the start, section by section, nice and controlled. At the top again, breathing in, so return back down. So again, we're trying to create that curve in the spine, just going down nice and slow, trying to stretch that back out section by section. At the bottom again, breathing in, still staying with our breathing, exhale again, still squeezing the core gently through that exhale as we rise. Breathing in again, coming back down. Good, do one more, okay? Good, and return, and recover. Well done. So bring yourselves down into the mat next, okay? So we're just going to bring ourselves down into a plank. What we're going to do is again demonstrate. We're going to go into your first spinal drop, but this time as you breathe in, I want you to walk onto the mat and hold the full plank position if you can, like this. And if this is too difficult, just drop onto your knees into the half plank. Still going to work the core, okay? So starting again from our standing position, the edge of our mats. Nice deep breath in. Breathe out, engage the core, focus on that first spinal drop. Again, still section by section, vertebrae by vertebrae as we go down. And then once we reach the bottom, I want you to breathe in and bring yourselves onto a plank position on your mat. So if you're holding the full plank position or the half plank, and we're going to focus on our breathing. So again, into the nose, out through the mouth as we hold the plank. And again, as you breathe out, trying to imagine squeezing the core muscles gently. Every exhale. So again, imagine the hip bones together in your mind, pushing the ribs down towards your hips as you breathe out. As we hold the plank, focus on that core through those exhales. Good, that's 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So we're going to bring ourselves on our knees. Sit on your ankles just to recover the joints for a few seconds in the child's pose. Take the pressure off your wrist and shoulder joints. Okay, so we're going to go up into tabletop now. So just bring yourselves into an all-four position on the mat. Work again a little bit into your balance and core. So tabletop position, you are making sure your hands are roughly shoulder apart, knees are hip width apart, knee roughly in line with the hip, hand in line with the shoulder. So allows the weight to fall at all four limbs, okay, so we're not overloading one side. So the simple opposite arm, opposite leg movement here. Again, I'll demonstrate. Nice deep breath in. As you breathe out again, when we engage and brace that core, and go simply lift opposite arm, opposite leg off the mat. Again, like the balance, the higher the arm and leg comes off the ground, the harder it's going to be. So if you keep it lower, it will be easier, okay? We're going to breathe in on the way down and then breathe out on switched limbs. So from the starting position, nice deep breath in when you're ready. And as you breathe out, squeeze the core and then slowly, controlled, lift the limbs off the ground. So left arm, right leg, through the exhale. Breathing in, coming back down. And then switch over. Through exhale. So keep going nice and controlled on that lift. Try not to go jerky or fast. We're trying to use that core to maintain the balance. As we lift as high as we can comfortably, holding at the top through the exhale before we bring it back down on that recovery. And the higher the arm and leg go, the harder it's going to be. Breathing in to recover. And as we lift the leg off the ground, just making sure you're not lifting the hips too high. Want to keep the hips nice and stacked so the pressure stays on the core and off that standing knee. So control movements through the left, focus on the core, focus on engaging the core muscles as we lift the arm and leg off the ground. Go nice and controlled. Okay, still stand with your breathing. A long exhale as you lift. Inhale on the return. It's 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. So we're going to recover a few seconds and then child's pose again. Again, taking the pressure off your wrist and shoulder joints for a few seconds. Allow them to recover. Good. So we're going to go up one more time, okay? So tabletop again. Arm and leg lift. A little bit slower this time as you lift to make it a little bit harder, okay? So we're putting more pressure on that core. And again, the higher we lift the leg, the harder it will be. The lower towards the ground, the easier it's going to be. So nice deep breath in. And then exhale, lift. Inhale on the return. So again, try and squeeze the core. You use the core to help with that balance. As we extend to the top, as we hold to the top, before breathing on the return. Rest 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and recover again for a few seconds if you want. Again, pressure off the joints. Good. So come out that one. Okay, we're just going to go into a little bit of your hips and glutes next, okay, and focus on that side. So we change position into a sideline position, so we just turn yourself to the side or on the mat. So we're lying on our side, we want to just make sure we're set up so your hips, knees and ankles are all in line here, okay? Everything nice and stacked. And we're just going to go into the oyster first. So once you're in this position, we're going to bend the knees, roughly about 90 degrees, and just making sure your heels is sort of in line with your lower back, okay? So this movement here, very simply, we're just going to split the knees apart and keep the feet connected. And this should work into the glute muscles here at the side. So key thing here is to be nice and disciplined with your hips. Make sure they stay nice and stacked. If I lift my knee too far up, my hips have to roll back. I'm just going to take away from the movement, okay? So the hips stay nice and stacked. Feet stay connected. And we just gently split the knees apart. And you should feel the tension then here as the knees come apart and the hips stay nice and stacked. So again, we're just going to do this one through the breathe in. Exhale, we lift. Inhale, we come down, okay? So once we're here, nice deep breath in. Breathe out, squeeze the core, and split the knees apart. Breathe in, coming back in. So again, you want to feel that tension at the top. Feel the glute muscles connecting. Breathe in, coming back down. So again, it's a slow and controlled movement. You want to feel the tension at the top. Feel the muscles tighten. Recover, coming down. Making sure we're keeping the hips nice and stacked through their exhales. We lift. Breathe in, coming back down. Still gently engaged in the core muscles as we breathe out. Still try to stay with your movements and steps. Breathe into the nose, exhale, squeeze the core, and then the movement comes. Breathe in, coming down. Exhale, squeeze the core. Then the movement comes. Doing 3 more here. Last one. Good, and recover. Well done. So we're going to extend the legs out now, okay? Stand on this side. We're going to do a side leg lift. So again, 2 legs in line, hips, knees and ankles. If you want to make this one easier, you bend the lower leg roughly at 90 degrees. It helps support your hips. We're doing is just a simple leg lift. So exhale, we're going to lift the leg up. Inhale, coming back down, okay? 2 legs long. A little bit harder. You'll have to support the hips more with your core, okay? Knee bent is a little bit easier. So nice deep breath in here. As you breathe out again, gently squeeze the core. We lift the leg up. Inhale, coming down. And again, make sure your hips are nice and stacked so you're feeling it on the top side of the hip here in those glute muscles. Keeping that leg off the other leg the entire time. If you want to make it a little bit harder, or you can rest every rep as you come down through the inhale. So again, nice and controlled, still with her breathing. Long exhale on the rise, feeling the muscle working on the side of the hip. Inhale, coming back down to recover. Good, that's 3, 2, and 1. Cover for a few seconds, good. So do one more on this side before we switch over, so we draw our circles, okay? So again, I'll demonstrate the legs when you come up off the other leg. Nice deep breath in, and through your breathing, we're just going to do a controlled circle from the hip. The bigger the circle, the harder it should be. Smaller, it should be easier. So just through your breathing, just go through controlled circles, okay? So starting again, nice deep breath in. Let's bring that leg up, and as you breathe out, squeeze the core again, and just draw a circle from your hip joint. So your entire leg is drawing the circle, not just the lower part of the leg. When I get into the hip joint, breathing in again, exhale, squeeze the core, and just control your circle. Nice control. Lower leg is nice and disciplined, it's nice and stacked. Still keeping the hips nice and stacked as well, so I still target this side as we draw our circle. Good. So we change the direction of your circle now, okay? So control, going the other way, still keep that leg up off the other leg, draw on the circle the other way around. Keep your breathing into the nose, out through the mouth as we draw our circle. Gently squeeze the core as we draw. Good, just 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and we'll cover that side, and we tap there if you want, feeling tight pressure in the muscle. Good, so we're going to switch over, okay, to the other side. We'll do the same 3 movements on this side. This side might get tired a little bit quicker because the other side's already been worked, a little bit harder for it to stabilize. But again, if you need a rest, just rest in between, no panic. So again, we start at the start, making sure your hips, knees, and ankles are all stacked. And then we're going to bend the knee again, roughly to 90 degrees, making sure your heel's in line with your lower back. And then we're going to go back into the oyster. So again, hips nice and stacked, knees split apart, feet stay together, okay? So nice deep breath in. As we breathe out again, split the knees apart. Feel the tension on the other side of the hip now. Breathe in, coming back down. So again, try and stay nice and disciplined. As we lift the knee apart, make sure the hips don't rise too much. Don't let them fall behind, keep them nice and stacked. Always try and keep them stacked as we can through the movements. We're keeping our focus on the target muscle area, those glute muscles. So as you split the knees apart, you should feel the tension here once you rise, and that's all you need, and then back in. So through the exhale, squeezing that core still. So up, inhale, on the return. Good, so we'll do 3 more on this side. Last one. Inhale. Well done. So we extend the legs out again. So the side leg lift. So again, you can bend the lower leg, the right leg this time to 90 degrees, which will make it easier. They stabilize your hips. Again, 2 legs longer, make it a little bit more difficult. They stabilize the hips. But again, nice deep breath in. As we breathe out, we're lifting the top leg up. Through that exhale, breathe in, coming back down. Again, we're keeping that leg off the other leg if we can. Make it a little bit more challenging for the hip muscles. But if you need, you can rest every rep. Exhale and lift, still squeezing the core. So still with the breathing into the nose, out through the mouth. And then engaging the core through that exhale. Inhale on the recovery. Hips stay nice and stacked, so we're still looking for this target area here. So feel it here, make sure they're nice and stacked on top of each other. Give us 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And recover. Good job. So we've got one more on this side. Finish your hips. our circles again. And again, the bigger the circle, the harder it's going to be. But make sure the hips stay nice and stacked. Draw on the entire leg. With the entire leg, we draw the circle. So bring that leg up when you're ready. Nice deep breath in, and as you breathe out, we start our circle. And just continue the circle through your breathing as you breathe in and out. So again, we're going to go nice and controlled, nice and slow. Trying to get the entire range of motion through that joint there. We draw from the hip, the entire leg. We try and go nice and controlled through your breathing. So we're working the entire movement. Try not to go jerky or fast. Control that movement. Good. So we change the direction of your circle now. So still keep it up if you can. Change that direction. Nice control. Still going from the hip. Keep your breathing into the nose, out through the mouth. Control that circle still. That's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Well done. Tap that side out if we want. Excellent. Well done. Good job. So we're going to move a little bit into your core now, okay? So we change your position on the mat to the supine position. So just bringing your back on to your mat, basically. Just lying comfortably back on the mat, nice and comfortable. So we're just going to warm up the core to start ourselves off. We'll be going to the dead bug. So it's very simple. It's very like the tabletop, just reversed. Our back is on the mat. So we're going to bring our knees up at 90 degrees and our hands above the head. We'll just demonstrate here again, okay? So again, it's a nice deep breath in. As you breathe out, you're going to engage your core, and you're going to simply lift opposite arm, opposite leg, extend away through your exhale. And you're going to breathe in as you come back in, and then change over, okay? So if you can, foot and hand don't touch the ground, and the further you extend out, the more pressure you should feel on that core, okay? So nice deep breath in when you're ready. Breathe out, gently squeeze the core, extend arm and leg out. So your right arm, left leg extended out. Breathe in, coming back in. And then exhale, that right leg and left arm. Breathe in, coming back in. So you're going to try to nice and slow, nice and control. Feel the core muscles working as you extend the limbs out. Feel that pace in the core. Breathe in, coming back in. Try to stay with the breathing. Exhale, extend away. Gaze in the core. Inhale, coming back in. That's 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You bring the knees in towards the chest if you want, just to recover the core for a few seconds. Just relax. Head on the mat, shoulders on the mat. Good. So we're going to go on the single leg switch now, okay? So again, I'll demonstrate. So this one here, we're going to keep the right leg in, extend the left leg away from the body on the ground. Head and shoulders are going to come up off the ground if we can. Get a nice deep breath in. As you breathe out, squeeze the core, and then you're going to simply switch your legs nice and controlled. Once your new leg is in, you're going to breathe in again through your nose, and again as you breathe out, squeeze the core and extend. So if this gets too much, you can keep the extended leg on the ground. If this feels is too easy, you can keep both legs straight and lift the upper back slightly off the ground, which will be a little bit harder, okay? So we're going to start with that right knee in, head and shoulders up. Nice deep breath in. And as you breathe out, squeeze the core and switch the legs. Breathe in again once you have the new leg. Exhale, squeeze and switch. So again, we're trying to control the switch, trying to get deep into the core as you breathe out. Breathe in and again once you have the new leg. Through the nose, breathe out through the mouth, squeeze the core through that switch. Again, make it harder, you keep the legs straight. Upper back slightly off the ground, but still the movement stays the same. Control through that long exhale. long exhale, we're trying to control that movement, trying to get deep into the core. Good, that's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring these in, head and shoulders again down on the ground. Again, we're going to let our core muscles recover for a few seconds. The body recover. Good, so we're going to go into round the worlds next, okay? So starting position is here, knees in towards the body. Head and shoulders are going to come up off the ground. Again, I'll demonstrate this one here. Start, nice deep breath in. As you breathe out again, you're squeezing the core. This time you're going to let the two legs extend away and arms go above the head. Feet and hands don't touch the ground though. And you're going to breathe in as you recover. So again, the further you extend those limbs out, the more pressure is going to be on the core through your exhale. If that's too much, you could do a single leg, hold one leg at a time, and come back in. Or you can rest at full extension if you find it too tight, and bring yourself back in, okay? So we're going to start from the starting position. Knees in, head and shoulders up off the ground. Nice deep breath in. And as you breathe out again, gently squeeze the core first, and then extend the limbs away from the body. Arms go above the head, feet extend away through your exhale. Breathe in as you come back in to recover. So your exhale, squeezing the core, nice control again. Try to get deep into the core as we extend out. Breathe in as we come back in. Get as far as we can comfortably, trying to push the core a little bit further each time if you can. Breathing in again, always coming back into that recovery. Resetting the body. Exhale, extend out. Inhale, inhale, come back in. Trying to engage the core, so again, we're trying to squeeze the core muscles as we extend out, not just breathe out, try and get into the core. Let's go out, inhale, come back in. That's 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to let the legs fall on the ground, fully lengthen. Again, body on the ground, recover. Hands by the side, let that core muscles recover for a few seconds again. Good, okay. So we're going to go into our double leg raise next, okay? So again, just going to demonstrate. Lying position, legs extended, nice deep breath in again. Hands by the side as you breathe out, squeeze the core. We lift our legs off the ground through that exhale, inhale on the return. So again, if the two legs is too much, you can do a single leg lift. Through that exhale, come down and then switch, which is a little bit easier. Two legs will be a little bit harder, okay? So lying position, if we're ready, nice deep breath in. As you breathe out, gently squeeze the core first, and then we lift the leg or legs off the ground through that exhale. Inhale on that return. Again, recover, breathing in as you come down. Exhale, squeeze the core as you come up. Legs as straight as we can, but again, if the two legs is too much, you can do the single leg lift if you prefer. Just switch every rep. You try and feel the core engagement as we lift the legs off the ground. Try to squeeze the core. Inhale on that return into that recovery. That's 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And recover from the leg raises. Again, body on the mat, legs down, let that core recover again for a few seconds. Good. So we've got one more on the core, okay? So we're going to go into the 100s. So you're going to demonstrate this one here if you just want to watch for the first bit. From the lying position, okay, we're going to bring the knees up at 90 degrees. And then we're going to bring your head and shoulders up off the ground. So the 100s, key thing is we're trying to go nice and quick pumps with our shoulders. We're going to imagine you have 2 puddles of water each side. We're going to try and splash from your shoulder pump, not just your hands. We're going to pump the shoulders nice and quick. And I'm going to go 3 breaths in and 3 breaths out. So it's going to be... So 3 out through the mouth, 3 in through the nose. And again, as you breathe out, try and gently squeeze the core. You can make that harder by extending the legs out and down, or increasing your breaths, stay 5 in, 5 out, okay? Again, if you want to make it easier, keep the head on the ground, knees in. So, lying position. Nice deep breath in when you're ready. As you breathe out, bring the legs off the ground at 90 degrees. Breathe in again. And as you breathe out, just bring the head and shoulders up off the ground. Arms out. So we're going to bring our arm pumps in now, okay, when you're ready. So pump it nice and quick from the shoulder. Try to keep the shoulders up off the ground. You keep the core tight. We're going to bring our breathing in now, okay? So it's 3 in, 3 out. It's going to be squeezing the core through those exhales. Nice and quick with the arm pump. Again, if that's too easy, you can extend the legs out to make it harder. Head and shoulders on the ground if that's too much. Keep breathing, 3 in, 3 out. Keep the arm pump nice and quick. Almost there. Plus 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And relax. Head and shoulders down. Let the body recover for a few seconds. Well done, well done. So we're going to switch into the cool down phase of the class now, okay? So our breathing changes here. Still deep breaths in the nose, out through the mouth, but this time as you breathe out, you try to relax the body and bring yourselves back down to your resting state instead of squeezing the core. So as we breathe out, we're going to relax and we're going to hold some stretches to help develop flexibility of our joints, okay? We'll bring in our stretching now if we're ready. Start off the lying position. It's going to go for the hamstring stretch first. So when you're ready, we're going to bring the right leg up as straight as we can. Just hold below the knee. We're looking for the stretch here in the back of your right leg at the top. So you're just holding at the point of mild discomfort. I'm just going to hold that stretch as we breathe. So into the nose, out through the mouth as we breathe. This time trying to relax the body. Just trying to bring our heart rate back down. Recover as we hold our stretches. Just kind of holding our hamstring stretch at the point of mild discomfort. Not pain, just when you feel the stretch, that's all you want. Just trying to hold that stretch for a few seconds. Good. So from there, still the same leg, going to bend the knee, bring it in towards the body. Bringing the stretch into a little bit into your lower back and glutes as you bring the knee in towards the chest and just holding at the stretch. So you just hold the stretch, point of tension, not any pain, just mild discomfort, that's all we want. Still working on the breathing in through your nose, out through the mouth. So try and bring our heart rate back down to a resting state and recover. Good. So let's go a little bit of the hips, a little bit more on this right side. If you slide your left leg up a bit and go bring your right leg across your left knee. And once it's there, we gently lift the left leg up in towards the body to find a stretch across the right side of the hips and glutes. And you can hold that left leg if you want for support. And as you bring the leg in, you're just looking to hold at the stretch, no further. So you're just holding the stretch now off that right hand side, opening out the hips. Hold that stretch at the point of tension, no pain, for a few seconds. Press 3, 2, and 1. Just release out of that one. Sliding the right leg down. So we switch over to our left side. Okay, so back to our hamstring stretch. Bring that left leg up straight as you can. holding just below the knee, and again looking for the stretch in the back of that left leg. So again, holding at this hamstring stretch of that left leg, holding again at the point of tension, or mild discomfort, no real pain. Trying to hold the stretch, trying to help develop the flexibility of that joint. Again, still with the breathing into the nose, out through the mouth. So just trying to relax the body and recover. Good. From there, again, bend the knee, bring it in towards the body. Again, stretching a little bit into your glutes and lower back. So the knee comes in again, holding at the stretch. Good. From here, now just slide that right leg up a bit. Bring that left leg across your right knee, and then bring the right leg in towards the body. So now we're looking to stretch out the left side of the glutes and the hips. Again, holding at that stretch. So again, we're just looking for the stretch, trying to stretch out that left side. It's 3, 2, and 1. Good release. So a little bit into your lower back now. Okay, so keep the knees up. We're going to bring the knees in towards the chest. You can hug your knees with your hands, and you can draw small circles with your knees just to roll out your lower back. So small controlled circles in any direction we want. Just working, focusing on our lower back about here with the stretches. Just controlled circles. That's 3, 2, and 1. Feet on the ground again, knees up. So we go under your inner thigh now. Okay, so once you're here, we split your knees apart, let them fall down either side towards the ground just to stretch out our inner thigh muscles. Use your hands for support if you want, but you're just going to go towards the stretch and hold at the stretch. So knees split apart down towards the ground, and just a hold at the stretch of our inner thigh. So keeping the breathing into the nose, out through the mouth, just try to further relax the body into the mat as they hold their stretches. Good. Gently bring the knees apart, or back in, sorry, on the ground. So we just change position on our mat here for the final 2 stretches. We bring our core on the mat, so just going to roll around into the prone position. So just going to stretch out the core here. So lying on the mat, we're going to put our hands either side. We just use your hands to peel the chest up off the ground. You're looking to feel the stretch in the front of the body, in the core section. You find a little bit of pressure on your lower back, but if it's not too much, you can hold there. If you find too much pressure on your back, just bring your body closer to the ground. Just try to hold the stretch in the front, the core here for a few seconds. So I focus on the front, just to stretch out the core muscles. Still breathing into the nose, out through the mouth. Still trying to relax the body. Good. Bring our chest down on the mat again. We're going to finish in the child's pose. So again, we're going to sit into our ankles. One last time to stretch out the lower back and glutes. And this time, as we sit in, I want you to gently push your hands into the mat just to stretch your upper back and bit of your shoulders. Sit into the hips, hands gently pushed into the mat. Feel the stretch in the upper back as well as the lower back, and hold for a few seconds. It's 3, 2, and 1. And gently coming out of that one. Well done everyone, that is the Pilates class over. I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully I'll get more up in the coming weeks.